Hey guys, it's Rob from the World of Father Mahoney YouTube page. So normally I'm on here acting goofy, doing my lip syncing, or just showing a random clip from a favorite horror movie, or whatnot. But today, thought I'd tone it down a little bit and talk about something more serious. So, uh, I'm a survivor of attempted suicide. Multiple times, but most recently back in 2016, where I almost succeeded. I popped well over 150 pills. You know, to this day, I still don't understand why I did it. I just know at that moment in time that nothing mattered to me. Like my life didn't matter. The people who I was gonna leave behind, they didn't matter. I just wanted out of my pain and misery, because you know all my life I try to build up something awesome, and sometimes you don't realize that you already have it, and the greatest gift of life is to have fun. It's to entertain people. Like for me, I love doing this. I love acting silly, making you guys laugh, making you guys remember a better time in life. By maybe a song I sing, and maybe it's a song that you particularly liked as a younger person, or maybe even a newer song that you like now. And I put myself out there to make you guys laugh, and sometimes I realize that's the greatest gift, is to give back to other people. But when you're in a self-centered position like I was at the time, you don't see those things. And I want you to know, if you're feeling like this, if you're feeling that there's no other way to get out of your pain, I want you to know that I've been there, and I know what you're going through. And I am a YouTube channel, but if you ever need to talk, I want you to comment down below. You don't even have to tell me why you want to talk. Just leave an email address or something, and just put like DM at blah blah blah, or and I will get back to you, because I don't want anyone to ever feel like they're fighting this alone. uh I may not be the greatest support system. You might not even know me, but I just want you to know that I'm here for people like that. Like I'm here for people who feel like this is the only way. Because back in 2012, I lost one of the best friends I ever had, and now I think about it years later, and there were signs there, but I was so naive, because this guy was always happy-go-lucky, always smiling. I didn't know him like face to face. We were internet friends all the way back into the MySpace days. If you, I made you myself. But you know, I look back now and I was like, why didn't I see that? Why didn't I see that? Because at the time, he never presented that to me, and he always presented, like I said, he loved Kiss, and I'm anyone who knows me, I'm a huge Kiss fan. So we had that in common. We would talk about that a lot, and you know, the telltale signs sometimes are too late, especially if you're not very poignant about it. You're not like direct. If you're just someone that uh, always feels like they have to present the good side, and not expose yourself, not make. And I think sometimes people feel like they're weak when they expose their other side, like crying or tears, and that's just not so. The toughest people in the world cry. Um, I always hear, well, guys don't cry. Yes, they do. I've cried plenty of times. And I'll cry at the silliest things. I'll cry at like a movie. And I know it's not real, but sometimes you get in tune with something, and so it's not a weak state to cry, and it's not a weak state to ask for help. Um, so like I was saying about my friend Jim, it was 2012. My birthday, he wished me happy birthday, and I was like, thank you so much. We always remembered each other's birthdays. And for anyone that doesn't know, my birthday is October 4th. Well, October 5th, I woke up and there was uh, like a news article. I believe it was like C-SPAN or one of those, like USA, or it was like I'm trying to think of the wording, like national news. And I heard uh, his name was Jim, but on the report they called him James, and they said James White, and walks onto train tracks, and I was listening. I was like, no, it can't be the same one. He just wished me happy birthday yesterday. Go into his page, and there's all these condolences, and people posting, "I'll miss you, man," and I'll never forget it. Like I said, it's a day after my birthday. He had just wished me happy birthday, not more than 24 hours before. And, you know, that sent me into a whirlwind. Like, I was already a depressed kid. I was already a depressed person at the time. And, you know, my next 4 years of life were just a total battle. And it wasn't just because of that, but obviously that didn't help because, you know, he did something that I was thinking of doing at the time, and it hit me hard. It really did, guys. And so not not more than 3.5 years later, I tried to do it to myself. I found every single pill, and I put them. They said that they got 167 out of my stomach, and I do remember briefly before that, before I passed out, I did get sick a couple times, and I probably some probably came up before that. So we're guessing near the 200 ballpark. When we pumped my stomach, and the next 4 months plus, I was in um, like a not like a detox, but like a home for suicide, and they took everything away from me. They took my shoes because of shoelaces. They took my cell phone. They took anything that could hurt me. And I only got to call home uh, once a week, and they had you on like a time limit. Like I think it was like 5-10 minutes at tops or something like that. And it was a scary time because I didn't know how I would handle life after getting out. Would I do it again? And I ended up taking an outpatient class after I got let go, and it was like a class to learn about yourself, learn about how you can be stronger. And I learned a lot. I will go out on a limb and say that those classes helped me a lot to understand why suicide is not the solution. And I do have a purpose in life. And that's why I like to do these videos. I like to do these videos where I can make people laugh, make people smile, because you never know what kind of day that person's having. That person who's laughing at my videos, and I don't care if they're laughing, whether it's at my quirkiness or my missing teeth. I get a lot of compliments, people thinking they're hurting me, and hey, if it makes you laugh, that's the greatest gift in the world, because I'd rather have you laughing at something like that than having you thinking about how do I get out of this life. And like I said, sometimes I'll take requests because maybe a person hasn't heard of, they love this particular song, but they want to see how I'm going to make them laugh again. And so I try to go out of my way to entertain people now. And hold on. Excuse me. I've had the burps. And if you laughed at that, that's great too. Anyways, so, what I'm trying to say is if you guys think that you have no purpose in life, try again. You do. Somewhere, somehow, you have a hidden talent. Somehow, somewhere, you can listen to someone and help them that way. Like I'm always willing to listen to people. If people, I'll be on Facebook, and if I even somebody they're looking like they're having a bad day, or they even say something that remotely worries me, I'll check in with them because I want to make sure that they're going to be all right today. I don't want to go to bed knowing that, hey, that person was hurting, but oh well, I'm too tired. No. If I have to, I've placed wellness calls for people because the miracle of social media now, all they need is a town that you live in. You call that, and then they can look up your Facebook name and try to track it. It's amazing. I've placed a few wellness checks just to make sure, especially if I don't get an answer from that person. I'll say, hey, I saw your post. You need to talk because I'm right here. And if I don't get a response right away, I'll let it go for a bit, and then it comes a time where I have to make a decision. Do I get involved? Because I don't think enough people get involved. And that's not just because of suicide or anything. I think like a lot of times when you see like someone getting mistreated outside, no one steps in. When you see a person hurting and crying, no one says, hey, is everything all right? There's not enough people doing that. Because this is how I try to give back now. This is my calling. I want to help people. And by helping people, it helps me. Because I'm not gonna lie to you guys, say I'm not totally out of the dark. I still have my depression moments. I'm a lot better when it comes to the other thing, thinking about, ending it all. I'm a lot better at that. But I still get depressed a lot. I have a lot of health issues. A lot. Too much. That's a whole nother video. But this is what helps me forget about my troubles, is helping other people. And even if I can help one person, that's the miracle of life, man. That's the miracle of life. Now, and in all my videos, I always tell people I'm not a professional. And I'll even advise you, if you're still feeling this way, maybe you should talk to somebody. And I'm not trying to insult you. But there are people out there who do care and will help you along. If it's not a doctor, it's someone in your family. If it's not someone in the family, a longtime friend. And if it's not a longtime friend, reach out to someone like me. If I reach out, feel free to confide in me. Man, my burps are going crazy. But I want you to know that there's always a way out. There's always a solution, and it's not suicide. It's not harming yourself. So, if you guys are at that point where you're really considering taking your life, please look for other solutions. Please look for someone to talk to. because the world is a much better place with you in it. Much love, guys.